Now to politics, the first presidential debate of 2024 just 4 days away. Each candidate preparing this weekend in their own way. ABC News Political Director Rick Klein joins us with more on this. Rick, good morning to you. What are the stakes for the candidates here, and what do the polls show going into this debate?
Good morning, Gio. We have never seen a presidential debate happen this early in the election cycle, this many months out. We've also almost never seen a race that's been this close, this consistently for this long a period of time. And check this out. Just in the last couple of days, we've seen the 538 polling average essentially flip. The slightest of edges for Joe Biden over Donald Trump in national polling. This is the first time all year that Biden has any kind of a numerical advantage, but that is not much of an edge. This is essentially a tied race, essentially a coin flip, and both campaigns are agreeing on at least one thing. They're looking forward to something that puts this front and center for voters, allows them to make the contrast, and gets voters to start to focus on the very real choice ahead.
And Rick, Trump told his audience on Saturday that his vice presidential pick would be there for the debate. What do we know about his possible choices?
Well, that's hardly an exclusive club on one level, Gio. We're expecting maybe a dozen Trump surrogates and supporters, elected officials, to be on hand in Atlanta. But we are told at ABC News that there are a handful of individuals that the Trump team is focused on, asking for additional documentation, more vetting details from people including Governor Doug Burgum of North Dakota, Senator J.D. Vance from Ohio, and Senator Marco Rubio from Florida. Also, Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina is on that list. We're expecting all of those men and many others to be on hand in Atlanta, and it may be that Trump is narrowing. He says he's already basically made up his mind whether that's where he goes or not.
Money, money, money. That's the name of the game. What's new on the fundraising side of all this?
This is striking, Gio, because for months we've been talking about how Biden has a massive cash edge, as much as $100 million advantage in cash on hand for his campaign in the DNC just a couple of months ago. That is now gone. The latest reports show that Donald Trump essentially erased the entire cash advantage just in the last 2 months. And it really shows two things. One is a lot of big dollar donors, high-profile Republican fundraisers that were skeptical of Trump are now coming back into the fold, and small dollar donors truly reacted to the guilty conviction that he had in New York a couple weeks ago. We've seen a surge in online donations, and right now essentially parity, not just in the polls, but also in the money.
All right, Rick Klein, always such a pleasure to have you here on a Sunday. Thank you so much, my friend. And Thursday night on ABC, watch the CNN presidential debate simulcast. It all starts at 8 p.m. Eastern with the ABC News special Race for the White House with David Muir and the ABC News political team. That's Thursday night right here on ABC.